Welcome to hour number 3 of the Rich Eisen Show. We're like Mishpuko. We got Sandy Wernick, a.k.a. Sandy Wexler, over there. Alan Covert's
Where you
here.
going, Sandy?
Adam Sandler right here on the show.
What? Sandy had his big night last night.
Well, I mean,
Rich.
it's got to be a big night for how long has Adam Sandler, by the way, here on the Rich Eisen Show. Sandy Wexler, available for streaming next Friday on Netflix.
Yes.
And last night, it was a premiere in a movie theater last night.
Sandy got a star on the Walk of... So I do Sandy, I'm Sandy Wexler. I don't play exactly my manager.
Right.
But it's an homage to his loyalty and love and slight insanity. And so Sandy got a star on the Walk of Fame. So he took a picture with me and Jay Hud last night, right? Sandu. And then
Jennifer Hudson,
me and Sandy and Jay Hud together and then we took about maybe 200 pictures like that. Mm-hmm. And then they said, okay, Adam and Jay Hud. And Sandy just continued standing there. Didn't move. Had the same crazy smile. Can you do the smile, Sandy? That's it.
This crazy look. Good long time. How long has Sandy been your manager?
28 years. 28 years of Sandy being loyal to me, and vice versa.
28 years.
Yeah.
And are you mic'd up now, Sandy? You got it.
Yes, I am.
Okay, very good. When did you first see Adam Sandler? When did that first happen?
I saw him at the Improv in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In oh my God, about 29 years ago.
I said 28. Why do you got to do that?
No, but that's not how long we've been together.
Oh, okay. You saw me 29.
Sandler, that's why you need me.
Just to keep it straight and honest.
Keep it accurate.
Okay.
Thank you.
So 29 years ago is when you saw Adam Sandler first.
And he had a manager. He had another manager at the time.
A good man who I should have stayed with. No, he was a great man. Richie Tinkin was my manager.
Richie was great.
Richie he owned the comic strip in New York.
Right.
And then I moved to L.A. and then that all happened where he was a New York guy and I was an L.A. guy, so I needed an L.A. thing. And then old Sandy met my father. My father had to give the blessing.
Right.
So my father flew out, a Brooklyn daddy meeting the Bronx boy.
Yes.
And they all loved each other. And I think he really poured on the Yiddish that night.
and now the rest is history. Now you made a movie based on your manager, great best friend over there.
Well, he's not a best friend. He's more
See, I'm trying to talk him up.
He's kind of like an uncle that comes over and you're just like, how long is my uncle staying? But he never leaves.
And that's on Netflix starting next week. How you doing otherwise? What's going on?
Very good, man. Just got back from Hawaii.
Yeah, I heard that because Dan, dropped your name because you were involved in that bracket challenge. You almost
Why
won.
didn't I win? Gonzaga.
You had
Imagine
Gonzaga.
that.
I had Gonzaga too.
Did you see him play this year? This is
at all. You mean?
No, beside live. Did you go to any of their games?
Just to give you an idea, I don't get up to Spokane, Washington very often, like ever.
Right.
Also, we made a rule here. We just spitball one day, Adam.
Yeah.
If you win the first 28 games of your regular season, you are adopted by the Rich Eisen Show as your team. It's a very high bar.
It was.
But that's basically it. And I watched a little bit, but I thought, maybe it's that year.
They had it.
How much Gonzaga basketball did you watch?
I watched. What happened was I lucked out. Okay, so my daughter, the 8-year-old, was playing hoop. All of a sudden, I tricked her into playing hoop. I've been saying, we got to play basketball for her whole life.
Right.
And then she got in a league, and she scored a point. Mm-hmm. It took 8 games. She scored a point. Mm-hmm. She was so into it, and we were eating dinner one night out in Malibu.
Okay.
And I said, hey, let's see if Pepperdine's playing tonight, and we can go watch basketball. Maybe there's a girls' game. And so I look it up, and I say, oh, they're playing Gonzaga. Okay, you guys want to go over there in the middle of dinner? Mm-hmm. My sonny, the 8-year-old, gets excited. We go there. We get there, and do you call it Zaga or Zaga?
It's Zaga.
Okay.
Gonzaga. Because we want to make sure that you don't get the emails or
I apologize, but all right, Gonzaga. But anyways, we go there. we get there at halftime.
Yeah.
A little after halftime, and they were up by 40 points. And I was a little clueless to the whole experience. And then I said, "Oh, these guys are great, huh?" And then I saw their record was at that time like 20-0. I said, "Oh, I didn't know that." And
So then
I
you're
just
in.
watched them. And I got in just like you.
Now I think though, not that you need any ideas. You've got a lot of ideas of your own. But the center, Przemek Karnowski from
I like
Poland,
him.
the
Yes.
big 7-footer,
Yes.
sounds like a potential next Adam Sandler sports themed.
It could be.
film.
I moved from a different country.
Yes.
Come here.
From Poland.
From Poland. I'm a very big man. Isn't he 7'1"?
He's monster huge
He's
with this huge beard.
Sweet touch. Is he a lefty or righty? What is he?
You couldn't tell in the national championship game, whichever one he was shooting with.
Yeah, he went up with the left a lot. Yeah, but he was bouncing off that rim. It was an inch away every time in the first half, and then he got it rolling.
Right.
We had it going there.
And then if it had Gonzaga won, you would have won. But I heard that you were in Hawaii for that whole thing.
And I was planning on calling Dan at 3 in the morning. I had my alarm set if I won, but due to the loss, I got to sleep.
But you lost to Brooklyn Decker, which is somebody
for her.
who obviously you know well
A
from
good
the
lady. She deserved. Man, was she gloating though? Very confident the whole game. Never, no fear of losing.
Well, she's a big Carolina person.
She really
so
likes Carolina, and she was very cocksure of that.
I've got Adam Sandler here in studio. So how did? Because obviously in your movies we've seen so many people reoccur.
Yes.
But Henry Winkler is in this movie.
Yes.
Yet another.
He forced into that one. Yeah.
How did you first meet Henry Winkler? How did that come down?
Well,
Adam.
I think his son Jed used to work at Saturday Night Live, and for Lorne Michaels, he was like an assistant. He used to help book the talent, right? Sandy knows Jed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so on occasion, Jed would say, "My father thought you were funny this week," and I'd say, "Henry liked me." And I would get very excited that the Fonz liked
the
it.
Fonz, right?
The Fonz liked something that I did, and I put him in the Hanukkah song. That kind of sealed the deal, where I got to hang out with Henry a little more. And then we had the Water Boy. He played the Coach Klein, and we become tight, very tight. He's the nicest. Everybody.
I've met him a couple of times. The two things that come across is like he's so not the Fonz at all, and one of the sweetest as sugar people that you will ever meet.
I was at a restaurant a month ago when I was there with my kids, and my kids said hi, and they're like, "Who are you?" And I said, "You met him like 10 times," and they were annoying Henry. And then Henry has him sit down, and it was like a 45-minute Henry and the two kids talking.
Right.
When I see kids, I'm always like, "Good Lord, didn't I go out to get away from this?"
And yet you could tell your children he's the guy that could start a jukebox just by kicking it or snapping his fingers.
Wasn't that the greatest?
I mean,
man, he'd have Richie step into his office in the bathroom. Man,
do you have a good Don Rickles story that you can pass along? Because we've had people just call. I mean, here we are. It's the sports. We like saying sports and pop culture, but people are calling in wanting to talk about Don Rickles the day after he passed.
Yeah.
Do you have a good one?
I mean, I just loved him. I loved him. I met him a bunch of times.
Sure.
And he was nice to me always, and he made fun of me always and said I was useless and had no talent, and it was very exciting every time he did that.
So he always would just
he would never
give you grief.
Never give me 1 ounce of anything except he'd zing me. Then he'd smile and pinch my cheek and say it's good to see. Say hi to your parents. He was just the best.
Isn't that the best?
Oh yeah.
I mean, just think about it. I mean, he's 90, and you're talking about what an all-time great he is.
Yeah.
Kimmel had an incredible. You were on Kimmel last night. He had an incredible.
Those guys were very tight.
Tribute to him.
Yeah, that was sweet.
And half his age, half the man's age, essentially.
Oh man, I loved that to the very end. You would see Rickles live, and he would just completely destroy. I saw him in AC when I was younger. Then I saw him in Vegas, and it was a 60-minute set of just I'm guessing 60 of total annihilation. Whatever happened in the room, he's just hypersensitive. Heard every move. Nailed the guy over there, blah, blah, blah. And it felt, I know he had his jokes, but it did feel like off those jokes, he came up with more and more and crushed.
Well, while we're talking about punchlines, should I bring up the Jets, Adam?
Yeah, What are we gonna do?
That great question. I was going to ask you that. Maybe the two of us, we could start some sort of therapy group here. I think they're going to draft somebody 6th overall. Was that the latest we heard today? Brockman, what's the latest we heard today?
Yeah, Trubisky or Deshaun Watson at number 6.
Okay. What's that gonna do for us? How's that?
We're hoping that they could be like Brady, Russell Wilson.
That'd be
Strike fire like Dak Prescott.
Hackenberg.
Yeah, Hackenberg is not that guy.
Ooh, should we try to get Sandler on the list?
Come on, Sandman. What do you think of Christian Hackenberg? You love him.
Should I say love him? I don't know, boys. I always feel excited every year, like it could be a possibility, and I pretend in my head it's all gonna work out, and then by like the 4th game, it's like a absolute humiliation, stupid feeling.
Now, but you're superstitious though, right?
Yeah.
Right? Do you sometimes blame yourself?
Oh yeah, every
for a
loss. That's what I did with the Zags, man.
You blame
I said that to my kids. Cause I said we might win this pool, kids, and they're like, "Oh yeah," and then they watched the game with me. I said, "Oh, I forgot to tell you. Every time I pull for a team, we lose." And then they were like, "Daddy, you should root for North Carolina." And
but hey, there were the Jeter years, the Yankee years.
Yes.
I mean, then you were.
We didn't curse that.
No, you didn't. That's for damn sure.
No, that was a good time. What about this year? What do you feel about?
I have no earthly idea. This could be like a 90-some-odd win season where they make the playoffs, or a total unmitigated disaster. I have no earthly idea.
The first 3 didn't go as good as I would like, but I don't know.
It's just the first week of the season.
Yes, exactly.
I know. So everybody
Red Sox are going to be great again, though.
Check out Sandy Wexler on Netflix. You and Kevin James and Jennifer Hudson in our Twitter poll today. Yeah. Go for it, Brockman. Update Adam Sandler
about
on the
your
poll
jackets
question.
or the movies?
No, about his movies.
What's your favorite Adam Sandler movie? Happy Gilmore, 42%.
Yes.
Would you say that's what you get the most of your films?
I would say Happy is I get in order on the street when I'm walking down the street. I think I get Happy first, then I think Bobby Boucher's second.
So right? Waterboy is second in our poll.
Waterboy is second at 25%.
Okay,
is that right?
Yeah.
Give him the other ones and see if he can put where they are right now.
Billy Madison third at 16%.
Yes.
The Wedding Singers 11%.
Yes.
And Big Daddy at 7%.
Yes. I always get pee on the wall. My kid pees on the wall because of you. I get that a lot.
Does that make you proud?
I feel like I did my job.
We also got an important Twitter question based off of this because Dustin Johnson had to withdraw from the Masters, world number 1. He fell the night before the Masters.
Yes.
So we asked if our listeners had a question for you, and this came in from Stuart Klein. How did Happy Gilmore play after being hit by a Volkswagen, and DJ can't play after a slight tumble down the stairs?
It's a very good question.
Great question.
It's the 2 different injuries, first of all, so I don't want to put the pressure on Dustin, but you just got to let the adrenaline take you. but that, can I be honest with whoever that question was from? When I did get hit by the Volkswagen, I rolled off it in a way that I didn't really feel I didn't feel the weight of the car.
You did not feel the weight of the car.
And Dustin, when you fall, it's a tricky fall down steps, and it messes up your swing. So he did the right thing.
And do you do your own stunts in Sandy Wexler as well?
Absolutely. I think
Sandy, does he do all his own stunts?
I'm so happy you're still awake, Sandy.
So am I.
You're not?
It was a late night for Sandy.
That's right. He stayed up.
Come on.
Sandy, how old are you now?
78.
You said 79.
Well, he said he knew you for 29
this
years.
is why you need management.
That's right. Well, congrats on Sandy Wexler. It's a fun movie with obviously the nice heart right there at the center of it, just like everything that you do.
Yes.
And for that man over there,
I love him.
You're a legend, Sandy. You are a legend, sir.
I love you, Sandy.
And
Congratulations.
Love you too.
Sandy Wexler. What, Jay, loosely based? How many percentage points
I'd say
based on him?
mannerisms, 80%. Some direct scenes from, like, Sandy. Can I just tell you one quick thing about Sandy that's in the movie that did very well last night, by the way? Sandy, many times we are in the middle of a big meeting and all of a sudden the lights will turn off in the meeting, and you're in pitch black, and you go, Sandy, you're leaning on the light switch, and he goes, no, I'm not. And then you walk over, and he was leaning on the light switch, and that's in the movie.
In the movie.
Thank you.
Well
Sandy,
done, sir.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
Where
bud.
are the
Love you,
light
buddy.
switches,
Thank
by the way?
They're right behind you, so be very, very careful.
I won't go near
Be
them.
very careful. Adam, I know you're running around town today, so thanks for coming,
I'm
stopping
glad
in
to be here.
Good to see
And
you.
I love the neighborhood.
Good to see you. It's good. Sandy Wexler is on Netflix starting next week.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.